Never Death Row Production. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Tyson, next heavyweight champion of the world.
Alrighty guys, what's going on? Welcome on back. It's the Empire. I'm your host Risky. We are back to it. It is Monday, May 8th. Looking back at yesterday, we do hit on our ladder play. Our solo bet came through for us. We do hit on one of our 3-leg parlays. But you guys already know the rules. It's on to the next one. We got a small slate of baseball here on tap today. Only 8 games. Guys, Outlier Sportsbook. The link is down in the description. Sign up with them. The first week is free. Also, at the end of the video, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. With all of that being said, let's jump into it. Alright, first game on the day, we got the Mariners in Baltimore taking on the Orioles. We got Emerson Hancock on the mound for the Mariners. We got Chris Bassett on the mound for the Orioles. Alright, getting into this one here, we got the Mariners in Baltimore. The Mariners been playing some good baseball of late. They're 7-3 in their last 10. The Orioles are 5-5 in their last 10, but when you take a look at this, they've been playing in a lot of games that's been going over the game total. They've been crushing the ball of late. Today, they're going to be seeing Emerson Hancock on the mound for the Orioles. This guy's off to a very good start this season. Over 10 starts made, 70 innings pitched. He has a 2.80 ERA. Early May, he had that one bad start against the White Sox where he gave up 5 runs. But since then, he's settled down, giving up 2 runs or less in all of the outings. Here today, he's going to be seeing an Orioles lineup that's been crushing the ball of late. This Orioles lineup in the last 30 games played is batting .269, slugging .457. They've been absolutely killing it of late. Emerson Hancock is a guy that does pitch for a lot of contact, is able to work the strikeouts. He's averaging 8.5 Ks per 9 innings, only walking 2.5 guys. That's really good. Has a really low walk rate. He's thrown that sinker fastball combination, then the slider and the cutters when he's going for the strikeout. The matchup here today for him, though, there was a few guys that match up very well against them. Adley Rutschman's been crushing sinker ballers this season. Pete Alonso and Gunnar Henderson also match up very well against them. Hancock has a hard hit rate sitting at around 38% right now. This, like I said, this Orioles lineup is slugging .457. I'm expecting Hancock to go about 5-6 innings here today, give up 3 runs. This Mariners bullpen, you know what? Both of the bullpens. I don't really give no team the advantage late. I'm expecting both of the arms coming out these pens to give up a few runs. On the other side, we got Chris Bassett on the mound. He's been shaky this season. He's coming off a start against the Red Sox where he went 3 innings, gave up 3 runs. He did leave that game because he had like a shoulder injury. When we look at his numbers this season, he's made 4 starts at home. This is going to be his 5th start at home. The very first one was the first week of the season, gave up 4 runs. But then his last 3, he's only given up 1 run in all of them. But all the other starts on the road, you see he's given up 5 runs, 4 runs. I think these numbers, his home numbers, are going to just go up. Right now, he has an ERA on the road of 7.30. At home, he has an ERA of 3.15. I don't expect that home ERA to stay so low. It's going to average out, I think, here today against this Mariners lineup that's loaded with left-handed bats, a lineup that when they've seen them before have very good numbers against them. The Mariners in the last 30 games are batting .252 versus right-handed pitching, slugging .461. Chris Bassett is a sinker ball pitcher, pitches for a lot of contact. It's going to be very hitter friendly, whether out in Baltimore here today. Like I said, this team is slugging .461. The one thing I do like about Chris Bassett, though, he has a very low hard hit rate. It's sitting at 27% right now. That is something that's going to help him out in this game. Overall, though, this is a guy that's averaging 3.5 walks per 9 innings. He's only going 6 innings in every start. This Orioles bullpen is incredibly taxed. They've not been playing good of late. I'm expecting Chris Bassett to go about 5 innings, give up 3 to 4 runs, turn it over to a Baltimore Orioles bullpen. The arms coming out the pin here today for them. It's going to come out this game and give up a few runs. Looking at the weather here today, it's going to be, like I said, very hitter friendly. 6 o'clock game, about 80 degrees throughout. We are going to have 10-mile-per-hour winds blowing from the diamond to left field, giving right-handed bats a advantage in this one. Looking at the park factor, Camden Yards is a top 10 offensive park in the majors this season, very friendly to lefties and righties. Let's get to the picks. The Mariners are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the run line. The game total set at 8.5. I really like that over 8.5 total runs here today. For the player prop, I'm taking Julio Rodriguez of the Mariners to hit a home run today. Up next, we got the Red Sox in Tampa Bay taking on the Rays, two left-handed starting pitchers in this game. We got Early on the mound for the Red Sox, Seymour on the mound for the Rays. Alright, getting into this one here, we got the Red Sox and the Rays. Man, I don't know if you guys remember this, like about mid-May towards the end of May, the Rays were one of the best teams in baseball. Since then, they've really cooled off. In their last 10 games played, they're 3-7. Today, they're going to be seeing the rookie pitcher Conley Early. He's looked really good this season. Through over 10 starts made, he has a 3.26 ERA. Saw this Rays team towards the beginning of May. In that game, he pitched 7 scoreless innings. His last outing against the Orioles, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs. One thing I'm paying attention to, in his last 4 starts, even including that start where he pitched 5 scoreless innings against the Braves, his hard hit rate has really been increasing. His hard hit rate in those last 4 games is at 52%. One thing I do like about Early, he has a very low walk rate, a very good strikeout rate. He's averaging 9.5 Ks per 9 innings, through only 3 walks per 9. Today, he's going to be seeing a Tampa Bay Rays lineup that's batting .262 versus left-handed pitching. They're only slugging .381. The matchup for Early in this game, there was 2 guys that really matched up well against him. That was Camareno and Yandy Diaz. Not to mention, they're the 2 power-hitting righties in the lineup. I don't like that for Early. Not like I told you guys, the hard hit rate's really been increasing. Looking at the Red Sox bullpen, they're in a really good spot here today. My expectations for Early, he goes 6 innings, gives up 2 to 3 runs, turns it over to a Red Sox bullpen that's going to come in, shut the door on these Rays bats. On the other side, it's going to be a bullpen day for the Rays. They're going to have Seymour come in the game. The left-handed pitcher's going to come in, open up the game, probably go one time through the lineup, mainly because all the best bats in this Red Sox team, except Contreras, are lefties. So I could see him coming in, doing what he's supposed to do, turning it over to a Rays bullpen. Continues to play very mediocre of late. I can see the arms coming out the pen for the Rays today, doing what they're supposed to do. I don't really see them struggling against this Red Sox lineup. Granted, the Red Sox on the season, they have very good numbers, especially versus lefties. They're batting .268 versus left-handed pitching. But in their last 10 games, the bats have cooled off of late. They're only batting .228 in their last 10 games played, slugging .378. So in this game here today, I could see the Rays at home, where they played much better this season, having a successful outing. Looking at the Rays home ballpark, it's down in, Tampa Bay, so it's in the dome, so there's no weather to sway anything. The ballpark factor shows that this Tropicana Field was not Tropicana Field, but this Rays home ballpark has been playing for a lot of overs this season. Granted, usually the Rays games total are set at 7.5. They've been playing in a lot of games this season, especially at home, where the game total is set at 7.5. At the same time, there's been 2 games this season played in this same ballpark where we've seen 20 plus runs scored. So I don't know what to factor that in, but like I said, it's been very over friendly this season. Let's get to the picks. The Red Sox are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I like the home dogs in this spot. Give me the Tampa Bay Rays on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I like that under 7.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Yandy Diaz of the Tampa Bay Rays to hit a home run today. Up next, we got the Yankees in Cleveland taking on the Guardians. We got Will Warren on the mound for the Yankees. We got Gavin Williams on the mound for the Guardians. Alright, getting into this one here, we got the Yankees in Cleveland taking on the Guardians. These 2 teams saw each other just last week in Yankee Stadium. Today for the Yankees, Will Warren's on the mound. He's looked really good this season. He's probably been their most underrated pitcher. 7-1 on the year, 3.22 ERA. Coming off a really good start last week against the Athletics in that small ballpark in Sacramento, where he pitched 6 scoreless innings. On the road this season, this guy's been really sharp on the road this season. 6 road starts, has an ERA of 2.10, Today, he's going to be seeing a Cleveland Guardians team that has not been hitting right-handed pitching all year. On the season, they're batting .223 versus right-handed pitching. In their last 30 games, they're batting .226, slugging .380. In their last 10 games played, they're batting .230, slugging .380. So the bats are just continuing to struggle here for Cleveland. The one thing, though, for the Guardians, when I did do the player matchup, there was a few guys that match up very well against Will Warren. He's a guy that does rely on a lot of pop fly outs, a lot of ground outs, throwing that fastball sinker combo, then mixing in the slider. Every once in a while, we're seeing the changeup. There's a few guys that match up well against him. Guys like Manzardo, Martinez, Kwan, and Ramirez. That's not a good spot here today for Will Warren. Those are some of Cleveland's best bats, some of their most capable bats that have been underplaying up to this point on the season. My expectations for Will Warren. He goes 6 innings here today, gives up 2 runs. Turns it over to Yankees bullpen. We talk about it all the time. They probably had one of their better games in the last, I want to say, 2+ weeks in yesterday's game against the Red Sox. But overall, in the last 30 days, this Yankees bullpen has been one of the worst bullpens in the majors. In their last 30 games, they have a bullpen ERA of 5.80. In their last 10 games played, they have a bullpen ERA of 4.80. So they've not been good at all. Their arms coming out the pen for the Yankees are always coming out, giving up a run or two. I see the same thing happening here today. On the other side, we got Gavin Williams on the mound for the Guardians. He saw the Yankees team in his last outing. He pitched into the 6th inning in that game, gave up 3 runs, but the 3 starts before that, he really looked sharp against the Reds, Phillies, and the Nats. 3 good lineups offensively. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Yankees lineup. Still no Aaron Judge. They're struggling to hit right-handed pitching. We played the Yankees yesterday. The big reason being, there was a lefty on the mound for the Red Sox. Right-handed pitching, the Yankees have been absolutely terrible, batting .221, slugging .380. Gavin Williams throws that good fastball slider combo, mixing in a good sinker and curveball. All his pitches have looked really sharp this year. This guy's 9-3 on the season, 3.20 ERA. When I did do the player matchup, there was one guy I did focus in on. It was Cody Bellinger. Bellinger matches up very well against him, not to mention Bellinger's been playing very well of late. The arms for the Guardians coming out for them here today, they look good. They're in a very good spot. I like the arms available for the Guardians today. So I can see them coming in, shutting the door on the Yankees lineup. Looking at the weather, it's going to be 90 degrees throughout. We are going to have 4 to 5 mile per hour winds blowing from the diamond to the outfield, but nothing too serious. This season, this Cleveland home ballpark's been playing for a lot of unders. They rank towards the bottom of the league. Progressive Field is ranked 20th right now. Very pitcher friendly. Let's get to the picks. The Guardians are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I like them on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I do like the under 7.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Martinez of the Guardians for 2 total bases today. Up next, we got the Phillies in Toronto taking on the Blue Jays, 2 left-handed starting pitchers in this game. We got Christopher Sanchez on the mound for the Phillies. We got Patrick Corbin on the mound for the Jays. Alright, getting into this one here, we got the Phillies in Toronto. The Phillies continue to play some very good baseball here. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games played. Today they have their ace on the mound in Christopher Sanchez. This guy continues to look amazing here this season. 1.46 ERA, 80 innings pitched. He's one of the few pitchers this season already with over 100 strikeouts. He's averaging 11.5 Ks per 9 innings, walk rate of 3 walks per 9, ground ball rate of 40%. That combination of being able to strike guys out and have such a high ground ball rate is a lethal combination. The numbers show it. He's really been on some shit here lately. But getting into this game for Christopher Sanchez, he's going to be seeing a Toronto Blue Jays lineup that is struggling to hit left-handed pitching. They're only batting .224 versus lefties, slugging .397. Granted, last week they saw Chris Sale. They got 3-4 runs off of him. It was really Chris Sale. He was struggling with his command in that game. In this game here today for Christopher Sanchez, I don't see him struggling at all. I think he's going to continue that pace against this Toronto Blue Jays lineup. Like I said, struggling to hit lefties. My expectations for Sanchez, he goes 7 innings, if not 8, giving up a run, turning it over to a Phillies bullpen that's in a really good spot here today to come in, shut the door on the Blue Jays bats. On the other side, we got Patrick Corbin on the mound. This guy's been really solid for Toronto this season. He is coming off one of his worst starts of the year against the Braves, where he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs. But besides that, he had those other 2 starts against the Rays and the Yankees where he gave up 3. But the guys look sharp all season. He is a ground ball pitcher, pitches for a lot of ground outs, pitches for a lot of contact, throws the sinker 30% of the time. Today he's going to be seeing a Phillies lineup that is batting .233 versus left-handed pitching, slugging .430. The Phillies bats have really come alive of late. In their last 8 games played, this team is batting .242, slugging .410. So like I said, overall they're starting to really hit the ball well, especially versus left-handed pitching. When I did the player breakdown, there's a few guys that really match up well against them. You got Trey Turner as well as Bryce Harper. Both of these guys really match up well against them. I'm expecting Patrick Corbin to go 5 innings here today, give up 2 runs, turn it over to a Blue Jays bullpen that is incredibly taxed coming into this one. I don't like the arms coming out the pen for the Blue Jays today. I see them coming in this game, giving up a run or 2. It's up in Toronto, so it's in the dome, so no real weather to sway anything. The Rogers Center this season has been playing for a lot of unders towards the bottom of the league as far as offensive production goes. Let's get to the picks. The Phillies are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I like them on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I got this a 3-2 game for the Phillies. I like the under 7.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Trey Turner of the Phillies to have 2 total bases today. Up next, we got the Astros in Los Angeles taking on the Angels. We got Arrieta on the mound for the Astros. We got Rodriguez on the mound for the Angels. Alright, getting into this one here, we got the Astros in Los Angeles. The Astros been playing some decent baseball of late. They're 5-5 in their last 10. All the ERAs for both the starting rotation and the bullpens have dropped. The averages have really gone up hitting wise, so the Astros have been playing some much more better baseball overall of late. Today they have their best starting pitcher on the mound in Spencer Arrieta. This guy's looked really sharp this season. 10 starts, 1.94 ERA. He is coming off his worst start of the year against the Pittsburgh Pirates, where he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs. I don't know if you guys can remember that game. We actually did fade him in that game. We were expecting him to give up a few runs. One thing Arrieta's really been struggling with this season is his walk rate and his command. He is walking a lot of batters, but the thing that's been his saving grace is that ground ball rate he has this season. It's sitting at 43% coming into this game. He's throwing that curveball, fastball combo. The slider and the sinker's been very, very good as well for him this year. He is seeing an Angels lineup that's batting .230 versus right-handed pitching, slugging .382. Arrieta has a very low hard hit rate. This Angels lineup is not hitting the ball for power versus right-handed pitching. Granted, in their last 8 games, this team is batting .250. We have seen some high-scoring games, and we saw a very high-scoring game yesterday against the Dodgers, so maybe there's some inflated numbers overall there. But in this game for Arrieta, I don't see him having a difficult time. I could see him getting back on track. Like I said, it's a lineup here today that's struggling versus righties. It's a lineup that's loaded with right-handed bats. Arrieta has very good numbers versus right-handed bats. My expectations for him, he goes 6 innings, gives up a run here today, turns it over to an Astros bullpen that continues to play much better. I like the arms that's going to be available for the Astros here today. I can see them coming in, giving up a run, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got Rodriguez on the mound for the Angels. He's made 4 starts this season. He's had 1 good one. It was against the Tigers. Other than that, he's looked terrible this year. His last outing against the Rockies in Los Angeles, he gave up 7 runs, pitched 3 innings in that game. Today, he's going to be seeing an Astros lineup that's hitting versus right-handed pitching. They've really cooled off. They're batting .219 in the last 30 games versus righties, only slugging .363. But in their last 10 games, the bats have come back alive a bit. They're batting .240 in their last 10, slugging .400 in this game for Rodriguez, a fastball pitcher. He is throwing that fastball. It is sitting about 97, 98 miles per hour. That is a very good velocity, but this Astros lineup matches up very well against him. There's a few guys crushing the fastball at that velocity. I'm expecting Rodriguez to struggle here today once again. I'm expecting a start similar to that Rangers game where he goes 5 innings, gives up 4 runs, turns it over to an Angels bullpen. Still one of the worst in the majors. The arms coming out the pen for the Angels will come in this game, give up a run or two as well. Looking at the weather here today, it's going to be slightly more on the pitcher friendly side. It's going to be low 70s, wind slightly blowing in. Looking at the park factor, this Angels home ballpark's been playing for a lot of unders this season. Let's get to the picks. The Astros are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I like them on the money line. The game total set at 9. I got this a 5-2 game for the Astros. I like the under 9 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Jose Altuve of the Astros for 2 total bases. Next up, we got the Cincinnati Reds in San Diego taking on the Padres. Andrew Abbott on the mound for the Reds. We got Walker Buehler on the mound for the Padres. Alright, getting into this one here, we got 2 teams that have been playing absolutely terrible of late. This is actually one of my least favorite game on the board. There's too much bullshit in this game, to be completely honest with you. Too much variables. Like I said, they've both been playing terrible of late. They're both 2-8 in their last 10 games played. Both of the offenses have been terrible. I mean, for the Reds, I could kind of understand they lost Ellie De La Cruz. This Padres lineup with some really good bats has been trash all season. Today, they're going to be seeing the left-handed pitcher Andrew Abbott. 4.06 ERA on the season. Started off the year getting lit up, but since the month of May started, he really started to pitch very well. But his last 2 outings, that last week in May, now his last outing last week against the Mets, starting to give up a few runs. The big thing with him has been his command. He's struggling with his command. They're asking for the ball down and in. He's throwing it high and away. That's really been his Achilles heel. Here today for Andrew Abbott, he's in one of his best spots he's going to be all season. He's going to be seeing a Padres lineup that's batting 196 versus left-handed pitching, slugging 344. Andrew Abbott is a guy that throws that fastball primarily. It is sitting around 96, 97 miles per hour, throwing a decent slider, a good changeup. There was one guy that matched up very well against him. That's Manny Machado. I could see Manny Machado taking him yard here today. Overall, for Andrew Abbott, that hard hit rate still sitting around 42%. That is something that's worrying me for him. I don't know how much lower that ERA is going to go from that 4.06 in my opinion. The expected ERA is still sitting at 4.30, so I do agree with the statisticians on that. But looking at the Reds bullpen, guys, still one of the worst bullpens in the majors. They're incredibly taxed coming into it. The arms coming out the Reds pen today is going to come in this game, give up 2 to 3 runs. On the other side, we got Walker Buehler on the mound. He's looked decent in his last few outings. He's given up 2 runs or less in all of them, except that one start against the Athletics. He gave up 3, but he's not going past the 5th inning in any of his starts. He's given up always 2 runs or more. He's going to be seeing a Cincinnati Reds lineup that is batting 240 versus right-handed pitching, slugging 382, slugging 384, but in their last 10 games played, this Reds lineup is batting 222, slugging 380, so the numbers have really dropped overall for the Reds offensively. In this game for Walker Buehler, I can see him having, I guess, like his regular starts where he goes 6 innings, gives up 2 runs. Stewart and Steer were the 2 Reds that really match up well against them, so like I said, I can see him giving up 2 runs here today. Turning it over to a Padres bullpen that's in a really good spot to come in, shut the door on these Reds bats. Looking at the weather out there in San Diego, it's going to be very pitcher-friendly weather. 65 degrees throughout. We are going to have a slight gust of wind blowing in from the diamond, in from the outfield into the diamond, making it a bit more pitcher-friendly. Petco Park this season, bottom of the league as far as offensive production goes. Let's get to the picks. The Padres are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I like them on the money line. The game total is set at 8. I do like the under 8 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Manny Machado of the Padres to hit a home run today. Next up, we got the Nationals in San Francisco taking on the Giants. Miles Michaelis is on the mound for the Nats. We got Logan Webb on the mound for the Giants. All right, getting into this one here, we got two teams that's been two of the best offenses in the last month or so. They've been killing the ball of late. Today, Miles Michaelis is on the mount for the Nationals. This guy continues to be terrible. He's looked decent in his last 4 starts. He did get crushed in his last outing though, but he's definitely come back around of late. I want to say his last 5 starts, ERA's dropped below 5, but still on the season, 6.39 ERA. Today he's going to be seeing a Giants lineup that has been killing right-handed pitching. In the last 30 games played, this Giants team is batting .286 versus right-handed pitching, slugging .480 versus righties. Miles Michaelis throws that slider, fastball, sinker combo. There's a few guys that really match up well against him in this lineup. Rafael Devers, Casey Schmidt. I can see Miles Michaelis going 5 innings here today, giving up 3 runs, turning it over to a Nationals bullpen that continues to play decent here. I like the arms available for the Nats as well. I see the arms coming out for the Nationals today, shutting down this Giants lineup, if not giving up a run or two, but nothing too crazy overall. On the other side, we got Logan Webb on the mount. This is going to be his 3rd start back. He's looked good in his first 2 outings. Against the Rockies, pitching to the 5th inning, gave up a run. Mind you, that start was in Colorado, but his last outing in Milwaukee, pitched 7 scoreless innings. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Nationals lineup that is crushing the ball versus right-handed pitching. They're batting .250 versus righties, slugging .457. Logan Webb is a contact pitcher, pitches for a lot of ground outs, throws that sinker primarily, then it's the changeup after that. He struggles versus lefties. The best bats in this Nationals lineups are all left-handed bats. I can see Logan Webb struggling here today. My expectations, he goes 5 innings, gives up 3 runs, turns it over to a Giants bullpen that continues to struggle here in the last 2 weeks overall. Not to mention the fact, coming into this game here today, I don't like the arms that's going to be available for the Giants. This Giants bullpen is taxed here today. I see the arms available for the Giants coming out the pen, giving up a few runs. Looking at the weather here today, it's going to be very pitcher friendly. It's going to be about 61 degrees throughout. We are going to have 10 to 15 mile per hour winds blowing from side to side. That usually pitches the favor. Favors the pitcher. I don't know what the hell I just said. When the wind's blowing side to side, especially in this ballpark, it usually favors the pitcher. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. Let's get to the picks. The Giants are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Washington Nationals on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I like the over 8.5 total runs. For the player props, I'm taking Mead of the Nationals for 2 total bases today. Alright, final game of the day, we got the Brewers in Sacramento taking on the Athletics. 2 left-handed starting pitchers in this game. We got Kyle Harrison on the mount for Milwaukee. We got Jeffrey Springs on the mount for the Athletics. Alright, getting into this one here, we're going to run through this game real quick. The first thing we got to look at in this matchup is the weather. It's going to be 85 degrees with 18 mile per hour winds blowing from the diamond to the outfield in the smallest ballpark in the majors. Ballpark Pal has this game rated with a plus 40% home run percentage. Expect a lot of runs in this game here today. We got Kyle Harrison on the mount for the Brewers. This guy's looked amazing this season. His last 7 starts, he's given up 2 runs or less. 3 of those games, he pitched shutouts. He pitched 6 scoreless innings in those 3 games, so he's looked really sharp overall. This is a guy that's able to work the strikeouts, averages 11.5 Ks per 9 innings. In his last 3 starts, 2 of those games, he struck out more than 10 batters. He's been really sharp overall this year. He's going to be seeing an Athletics lineup that strikes out the 7th most in the majors. That's something that's going to really benefit him, especially in this game here today. Like I said, the weather's going to be really very hitter friendly. Kyle Harrison does have a hard hit rate of 39%. This Athletics lineup is on the season. They're decent versus lefties. Granted, their last 10 games played, they're only batting .225 versus left-handed pitching. I can still see someone like Langoliers or someone taking him yard here today. My expectations for Kyle Harrison, he goes 6 innings, gives up a run or 2, nothing too crazy, turns it over to a Brewers bullpen that continues to be decent here overall. I'm expecting them to give up a run or 2 as well. On the other side, we got Jeffrey Springs on the mound for the Athletics. Started off the season really sharp, but in his last 4 starts, the hard hit rates through the roof, the barrel rates through the roof. This is a guy that relies on a lot of pop fly outs. The weather already is going to be a disadvantage for Jeffrey Springs. He is going to see a lineup loaded with left-handed bats. Granted, this is a team that is they don't strike out a lot. They make a lot of sharp contact. That is not something that's going to be in Jeffrey Springs' favor. That's going to favor the Brewers, especially here today. Like I said, with the wind doing what it's going to be doing. Looking at the weather once again, well, you know what? I forgot the most important thing in this game. I almost forgot. That's the Athletics bullpen. One of the worst bullpens in the majors. I see the arms available for the Athletics here today. Coming out the pen, giving up 3 to 4 runs. Like I said, let's look at the weather one last time. It's going to be very hitter friendly. 85 degrees, wind blowing out for the whole game. The best offensive ballpark in the majors. Let's get to the picks. The Brewers are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I like them on the run line. The game total set at 10.5. I do like that over 10.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Jackson Chourio of the Brewers to hit a home run today. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, the 4 bets we're going to be placing here today ourselves. Our first bet will be our ladder play yesterday. The Cardinals came through for us. The payout on that win, $51.60. So today we'll be wagering that $51.60 on the Seattle Mariners on the run line. We're getting them at plus 132. This is our ladder play of the day. Up next, we have a 2-leg home run parlay we're playing here today. We're going to start it off with Manny Machado of the Padres, and we wrap it up with Jackson Chourio of the Milwaukee Brewers, a 2-leg $10 home run parlay. Up next, we have a 3-leg parlay we're going to play here today. We're going to start it off with that Mariners-Orioles game total to go over 8.5 total runs. We're then going to play the Tampa Bay Rays on the money line, and we wrap up the parlay with the Washington Nationals on the money line. And our final bet of the day will be another 3-leg parlay, all money line picks. We're going to start it off with the Cleveland Guardians. We're then going to play the Houston Astros, and we wrap up the parlay with the Milwaukee Brewers. All 3 teams on the money line, a 3-leg parlay here today. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, I just want to send my salutes out to you all. It's Monday, back to the nonsense. You guys know I appreciate you all. I respect you all. Hope we all win some money here today, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.